Hello, Quill Wheaton. Schlick! Send me a friend request.
Did you say Quill Wheaton?
Quill Wheaton? What?
Do you accept? Do you accept my friendship?
Yeah, that's amazing.
Honestly,
Rejected.
Let's see, will this automatically switch to me?
You know what? Take back my friendship.
Yep, there we go. Sweet.
Yay, Strawberry! Oh, this is gonna work. Are we like?
Yeah, you just gather on me.
Hearts for Proto.
Yes. Alright. Turn off.
All the love for Proto.
Yeah, thumbs up. All the love for our very fabulous, amazing DJs.
See the future. I would have gone to fucking Infernal Equinox, but I didn't know that FC was gonna cancel. So I put my fucking beans in that.
I can have some BOFC
And I'm like, shit,
pizza.
I'm gonna TFF. Well,
I'm streaming
I
now.
don't think it's gonna happen, to be honest.
what?
I'm not trying to go. Yeah, the virus is just.
Oh, let me see.
It's
Nope, just number one, the digit.
I don't know, man. 2023. No, don't put the maybe in my.
There's a lot of feedback in the audio player.
Yeah, so, there we go, we should be good. Will player's good.
I can't get my legs that high.
Okay. Alright. Well, thank you so much, you two very wonderful people.
One more year.
Thank you, Ward. Thank you, Ward. It was wonderful to be here.
Catch your ankles.
I mean, like.
So, as kind of the questions here, because this is going to be the interview section, guys. So, since Rev, or Strawberry, since you seem to be a little busy, we'll go ahead and address Schlick first. While you get your stuff straightened out.
It's all
So,
good.
Schlick, what got you into DJing?
So I got into electronic music when I was like 16, 17 years old when I went to a deadmau5 concert. And was like, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen. And so I got further into EDM kind of as I got through college, and I grew up in Ann Arbor, Michigan, so I was about an hour outside of Detroit. And when I got to college, people took me to Detroit and were like, check out this thing, it's called techno. And so that kind of went from there. And so pretty much they showed me techno. One of them had some CDJs and a mixer, and they basically showed me like how to DJ. They taught me how to do it and the setup, and they would throw parties all the time, and so I started DJing at their parties. And I would borrow their equipment to our own parties, and then this group kind of formed out of it in my college that would do like frat parties, and we played at the local nightclub. And so I got into it from there, and I started learning, and this is back when it was a CDJ 1000. We had two CDJ 1000. No, I never did vinyls. That wasn't that far back. It was a CDJ 1000 and a DJM 900. So it was pretty much the standard setup, but back before any screen on that, really. Like there was it could kind of tell you the BPM, and that's all the information you got really about the song.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that was kind of how I got into it, and then I did that throughout college, and I moved away from where I grew up. I moved to Austin, Texas, and stopped until the pandemic hit. And then I got really big into VR and found out there was a whole like DJ scene in VR. So then I ended up here.
Awesome. Well, definitely glad to have you. Strawberry, looks like you're finally all ready to go. What got you into DJing?
I had never thought about it in my entire life, and then trashed. I love dancing. I love EDM. I remember the first EDM I think I listened to was on my dad's reel-to-reel. It was Kraftwerk, Autobahn. Fantastic stuff. Very different these days. But I've been a musician for a long time, and at the beginning of the pandemic, it was Trash Tanuki was selling their DDJ 400, and Kids had been talking about DJing and all this stuff, and I was like, should I try it? And Kids was like, yes! So I bought it, and that was the start of it.
I am definitely glad that you got started. You are such an amazing DJ. Same with you, Schlick.
Thank you.
It is like I myself, I do know that I have miles to go, but I'm trudging there slowly, ever surely getting better.
We all are.
None of us ever stop improving. Never stop improving.
If you stop improving, you are lying to yourself.
Yeah.
But you're also you play a trumpet professionally. Is this true?
I do play a trumpet.
Yes.
I used to play semi-professionally. I was in orchestras. I was in a funk cover band. I was in an experimental band. I really only have time for DJing these days. But yeah, I've done a lot of horn work, and I'm trying to integrate it with the EDM stuff.
Yeah, and you do an amazing job at doing that.
Thank you.
Yes. And then as far as me, if you're interested of like what started me kind of the DJing, like
Yeah.
for me,
Tell us.
my first interaction with EDM was like I actually knew that it was a genre was back in like 2016. We were listening to a house remix of Pirates of the Caribbean. And I'm like, okay, this is cool music to listen to. And then before that, I was listening to like Cascada and Bass Hunter and stuff, and just loving those types of music. And then I really didn't think about DJing until for Ali Luma. And the moment that the light flipped on that I can try this was during a Balance DJ set. Balance Nova Live.
Nice.
Yeah, and I was talking with him like, "Hey, how do you do this? How do you do this?" And he was explaining to me, and then he said that he watches me, my body language. Like, there was a light that flicked on in your head that said you wanted to become a DJ, and here I am now. I bought my first DJ set and it was delivered on June 19th of last year. I've only been DJing for 6 months.
Yeah, I remember the first couple sets you played. We were at Orion. You were playing hardstyle stuff.
Yes. Yeah,
That was good. That was fun.
Yeah, and back then I didn't realize that my audio system, since I'm on a 7.1 surround sound, my OBS was not set up to record the bass channel. So it was all mids and highs. So my first 2 sets at Placeholder Club were all mids and highs. No bass. I am so glad that Caruxa did not boo me and kick me off the stage. There is a reason why Caruxa is right here in my heart. Without Caruxa being such a kind soul and giving me a chance to come back and even allowing me to DJ and do sets, I would not be here. I am very, very grateful to Caruxa. Like, what genres do you like playing? Like you pull out a lot of Mario stuff. Seriously, that was awesome.
Yeah. I like tech house and techno a lot. Those are my 2 favorites to play. And mainly techno is like the one I like to do the most if I can. Tech house is a bit more casual. I don't want to go all in, pretty much. But that's my favorite. I like songs that are funny. I don't know. I like songs that can be like, they don't take themselves super seriously a lot. So that's what I like when I play tech house. I look for songs that are just like goofy, like vocals, or just like, I don't know. I think it's fun. I think it's enjoyable. So I look for those a lot when I do like more casual sets.
You're basically listening to have fun yourself, and then make sure that the people listening to you also have fun.
Yeah. I mean, that's what's going on. Yeah, I mean, I think that's what I like most about DJing is having the party. Having the party be a fun time, like having everyone have a good time.
Yes. How about you, Strawberry? You play a lot of different chill tracks. They're always good to listen to.
I started out doing psytrance because I really like psytrance. I like Sibian psychedelic stuff, but it was too exhausting, and I'm a chill person as it turns out. So the house sort of stuff I feel deep inside. I'm a burner. I've been to Burning Man like 8 or 9 times, and it's that feel of being out there and the soul of the music just moving through you as you just like.
As you just let it force you to wiggle.
I dig that vibe. Yeah. I call Oh, it's
Take you
swaying.
away.
It's not like a jam. You're not like boop, boop, boop. You're swaying.
Yeah, you're basically just like, oh yes, let's go left. Oh, let's go right. Oh, there's a new track. Oh, this is a cool feeling as well.
Yeah, it takes your mind as well as your body.
Yeah. Me? I'm a jack of all trades, master of none.
Yeah.
I looked at recently.
Like
Big room. Yes.
big room. Yeah.
Yeah, though I've looked at all my tracks that I have. I have Big Room, Bounce, Melbourne and UK, Hardstyle, Hardcore, UK Hardcore, and Happy Hardcore. I played Trap. I even played German. I even did a full German bounce set, if you remember that in Placeholder.
Yeah.
Some
like
hands
it.
up.
Fun.
Yeah. But yeah, I just I haven't found the genre that I really like to do. I love them all, so like, hey, let's give love to everybody else.
You can bounce around. I think it's fun. I like it a lot.
Yep.
I really like sometimes doing DJ sets that are like just go between a bunch of different genres. I think that's fun. It doesn't always work, but it is like a DJ that's gonna have like 5 different genres in it, and we're gonna mix it up as we go through and do drastic BPM shifts and things.
Yeah,
Not always a good idea, but sometimes it can be fun.
Now, here's kind of a one question for you. Both questions actually. So, why the hell are you so goddamn handsome? Both in game and up there.
It just happened. It just happened.
And you, Strawberry, why are you such an adorable cutie?
That's the vibe. That's the world of people I want to live in. I wake up in the morning and I look in the mirror and I say, I want to be a happy person. I want to be a bright person who spread love and joy. And that's what I try to be. That's who I try to be. So I want to live in a world full of that. I want to live in a world of love and joy.
That
I
is
like that.
That is
I know that
yes.
sounds sappy and gross and strawberry flavored, but hey,
that's awesome.
That's my jam. My strawberry
Yes,
jam.
yes. Oh, I've had an air horn. Or a wah-wah.
We should preserve this moment.
Oof. Ooh. Be careful or you're going to find yourself in a jam. Yeah. Me, I just like... The best part for me about DJing is watching people in VR wiggle to the tracks. Like, you play those upbeat tracks, you have them going hardcore like you want them to. You pull out the chill tracks and they're just swaying along. Like, you're able to, like, Valent Novelai explained to me DJing as a story. You are telling a story. You are introducing them to the opening chapters, and then going to the first, action event, and then resolving that, and then bringing it down through, to the next chapter, until you finally have a resolution. With me, it's always blue, because look at me. And also,
It's cool. It's really cool being in VR and DJing versus like. I thought about like Twitch DJing and stuff. I'm like, it's fun, but I don't like just not getting to see anybody. You get to DJ in VR, you actually get to see everybody dance. You get to see everybody move around. Like it's way more personal. It's way more intimate than like just the you see numbers on the screen and you don't know if people are actually like moving or enjoying what you're doing. So
yeah.
I do like that a lot.
Yeah, because you like when you Twitch DJ, you just see that chat log scrolled down. Like you can interrupt the music and say, "Hey, how are you guys doing?"
Emojis.
Yeah. But how about you, Strawberry? Like, you want?
I need my drink. What was the question? Sorry, I'm like desperately in need of
I don't think it was more of a. I don't think it was more of a just like what? Well, how do you enjoy DJing while in VR?
Oh, I love it. I love it. It's especially DJing while in VR, from in VR. It feels real. It is real.
Yeah.
It feels absolutely just authentic. You're part of the energy. It's not as visceral as doing the real, like face to face.
Yeah.
Like there's a different feel to the energy. But when I pull my headset down and I see people out there swaying, it's like, cool. Let's keep this up. Let's see if I can manipulate that energy. When I see people out there bopping hard, it's like, yeah, let's do it harder. Let's bring it harder. And it's fun. It's really cool to just.
Thank you. I really.
I don't know, move people's hearts and minds. Like that. Just with
Make them
the
your
dials on a thing, it's magic.
yeah. Make them your little marionettes and make them dance to jigs to your little song. In the nicest of way, of course. Now, as far as
Okay. Share the vibe.
yeah.
No, share the vibe.
Yeah. So as far as like with all of us, like we've been doing this for some time. Like you've been doing it since you're 16. You've been doing it for quite some time. Me, only for 6 months.
DJing for a year.
Yeah, for a year. Or anybody who is wanting to start DJing, what is your like? If you were to go back in time and give yourself, one thing, saying do this and it'll be awesome. What would you go back and tell yourself?
I would tell myself that a DJ deck is as much an instrument as a trumpet. And I used to think that they weren't. I used to think you were just pushing dials and pushing buttons, and the classical musician part of me said, that's not making music, that's pushing play. I was wrong. I want to go back and smack myself upside the head and say this is an instrument as amazing as any horn I have ever played, and I have played some fancy horns. That's what I would tell myself.
That is definitely good to hear.
We're getting a lot of technical support.
Yeah.
How about you?
What I would tell any starting DJ is turn off the sync button and learn to beat match by ear, because it will at some point fail you and you'll have to actually beat match by ear anyway. And so practice that. Don't be afraid to use the sync button in your sets, but at some point it's gonna fail. It's not gonna work, and you're gonna need to beat match by ear. And at that point you're gonna want to have practice. So do that, and then obviously use the sync button all you want. I do, but know what to do when it doesn't work.
Yep.
It makes you feel badass when you gotta do it. You're riding the platter. You're keeping
oh, yeah,
it.
yeah.
You're like yeah.
And then you go too far. Oh no. Or you go
You just gotta sit there and tickle the thing. And just
or you go the
you
wrong
feel like
direction. Yeah, when you go the wrong direction, you're like, oh no, honestly, my advice to myself back then when I started is, do not go for perfection. You'll never do a perfect set. You'll always miss cues. You'll always miss equalizing. Beat grid may be off. Your ears may mess up. As long as you are having fun with it and the people on the floor are still wiggling, that is where it is. If you listen to your own set, and don't be super critical of your sets. Listen to your sets again. Listen to the transitions for your music, but don't beat yourself up over it. Learn to accept that yes, you did make a mistake. Learn how to change and fix that mistake for the future. It's an opportunity to improve. It is not a mistake.
hard to embrace, but very true. Hard to embrace, but very true.
And when you're practicing, when you mess up, don't just stop and the track and start over again. Practice fixing it, because that's what's gonna happen when you're live. You're gonna screw up something, and you're gonna need to fix it. So practice fixing it. And,
twice tonight.
It happens. I left the echo on in one of my songs I was bringing tonight, and you just gotta quickly recognize what's going on and fix the problem and keep going. And that's a critical skill to have.
I left the echo on at one point. I beat skipped on the wrong track and had to beat skip it back. So it's fixing mistakes can lead to really cool sounds.
Yeah, and we were I was listening to your set and I didn't notice any of those mistakes. Same for you. We as artists are our very worst enemy. As human beings, we are always going to see our faults. We are always going to see our flaws. What may be obvious to us could be a freaking microscopic atom compared to a beam.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah,
They're
so
almost always the only one that hears it.
Yeah, it's true.
also practice does make perfect, but make sure you practice properly because proper practice prevents piss poor performance.
That's right.
Yeah, the 5 P's.
6 P's.
Yep, the 6 P's.
The
Yep.
5 P's.
The 6 to
proper,
5 P's.
Yep, proper practice prevents piss poor performance. Well, it used to be practice prevents piss poor performance, but if you practice incorrectly, you're going to perform poorly. So you got to practice properly.
That's right.
That is 6. That's totally 6.
Yeah. Proper practice prevents piss poor performance. Yeah, 6.
6.
Yeah,
6 P's.
yeah, 6.
6 P's. We can count. We can do this.
Well, I got 4 fingers.
Oh, I can understand the confusion.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you again so much for this. Hopefully, I can have you again.
Thank you
both
for
of you
having us.
sometime.
Yeah.
Again.
Thank you for having us. This was great.
Yes. And for all those who are still watching and still in the world, this is going to be our thing for the foreseeable future. Every Thursday.
Where's the camera? Oh, there it is.
Yeah, right there. Yeah, right there. Yeah, every Thursday we're going to have 2 DJs along with 2 lovely DJs doing hour-long sets and then an interview afterwards. Because you guys do not get to see how wonderful these people are. You usually get to see them only, during the club events or only during scenes, and you don't talk to us. And also, we are human beings. Come out and talk to us. We will gladly talk to you back. We are not these big, scary monsters. Well, we may look like scary monsters, but we are not big, scary monsters. If you want... You look
You are a
adorable.
scary monster.
You're only scary when you look at my computer. It may look delicious with a 3080 Ti in there, but it is not food. But yes, thank you so much again for this. I'm gonna go.
Thank you.
Do you have next week's guest lined up?
Yes, next week's guest lineup is already set up. We are going to have Hexagon Jack of Hex Furry Fest. He's over there.
Yeah.
Let me switch camera. So we got to switch the screen, and then we're anchor pin to anchor default. There's Hexagon Jack over there, and then we have DJ Twisted Tail for the next DJ. So that night is going to be quite a heavy set
It's gonna be a
night.
hard night.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I plan on bringing in my hard style for that event. Hard style or hardcore. Yes.
You haven't played it.
Nice.
I haven't heard hard style from you in a while.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And then
I'm excited.
we also have the 3rd week set up. The last week, the 27th set up already.
Oh, nice.
For those who listen to DDVR and IBT, should know the DJ Onks, or Inks. She is an absolutely adorable, amazingly skilled DJ who does house and Latin house and such. She's very, very good. And then I'm also bringing in Mara Lee. She is a furry DJ who is a wonderful torrent that...
What is it? Genre fluid is what they do? They do
Yeah,
genre fluid stuff?
yeah. They basically I listen to some of the sets. They go from like house to hardstyle to hardcore. They bring in Frenchcore. So like they're all over the BPM grid, and it's just going to be so amazing that night. So please tune in. Other DJs I'm thinking about bringing in DJ Amiot. I'm trying to bring in Valanova Light. I want to bring in Defcon or Fennec, DJ Fen. I just want to share my love of music with everybody and bring them all into this. I even want to get Mishu in on this too.
Yeah.
Yes, Mishu,
You got several DJs. You got Witty.
yeah, definitely got Witty coming in. Yeah,
I guess that makes it only 2 items.
yeah. But yeah, Yeah, and then also thinking about if this is going good for Thursdays, I may set this off to an off night when Placeholder Club is not going, and do a Saturday set and bring in DJs from Placeholder Club.
That'd be cool.
Yes, like
Yeah, because this isn't really a good time for that.
yeah. It's like also for those who probably are noticing my outfit. On this outfit are basically icons from the.
I'm going somewhere else.
Sleep well, take care. These are
I'm not
the
going
DJ
to sleep. I'm
icons
just
for my
going somewhere
friends.
else.
All right, well, take care. But yeah, this is basically just my friends. Like we got Budo Tatsu, DJ Amiya, Fetus Grinder, StrawberryProtato. This little adorable me.
No.
When DJ Wendy, Bleeder, Tekkit Wolf, Karaksa, right in the heart where he belongs, he is always going to have a place in my heart.
No.
Avian Invasion. I would love to get Avian Invasion to do something like this, but I know he's extremely busy.
Yeah.
And then on the back, I have Stitcheroo. Oh, I even did an electro swing set too. I'm not as good as Stitcheroo, but at least I've tried. The camera crew is because Virality Legends. Yes. And then we got DJ Valentine.
Steal this idea for my armor.
Yeah. It took over the camera. Do not take over the camera. Oops.
Awesome. Hell yeah.
There we go. This should be back. And then Valiant Nova Light and Fen. Valiant Nova Light is basically the DJ who got me into DJing. They inspired me. They even had faith that I can even attempt it and try. So, Valiant, if you can hear this, thank you so much for being such an awesome person.
So what was this?
Thank you, Valiant, for being so adorable. I'm sorry, Valiant is even more adorable than I am.
Host, right?
He is
Yeah,
cutie.
Warren, this is your event, right?
Yes, this is my event.
Yeah, it's his event, so nice.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming, guys. Interview. Is there any final comments you want to do before we sign off for the night?
Thank you for hosting us.
Warren, you're awesome. Thank you.
Wonderful.
All right. Well, thank you so much for all of you for coming.
That's all I got. Yeah.
Remember, your wait will be over next week when IWAIT comes back. Yeah, I need to shop that better.
I think it's funny. I made strawberry jam jokes. So
Yes,
I thought it was
yes.
funny.
Well, I'm thinking about paying somebody to do your wait is now over. IWAIT begins.
So like,
I like it.
this last set already happened. You're gonna throw another set. I heard.
Yeah.
I heard you. I know you DJ'd it earlier. That's what I thought, but I heard like you're gonna throw